This meeting is part of the commitment that the OECD has acquired with Sustainable Development Goals with Agenda 2030. So basically the idea is to create a complement for official development aid and start thinking about other possibilities in a way to incorporate additional flows, private flows, and also domestic flows and cooperation flows, technical assistance, export loans, and other topics that will be included in this tool. The main idea is how to build upon and complement official development aid, and based on that how you can make it more transparent and more inclusive. And the idea basically is to come up together with a tool that would be more significant and respond better to the integrated approach and multidimensionality of sustainable development goals.
So the first importance or the first element that is very important for developing countries is that it will increase transparency of external resources flowing into their countries. That way they will be able to see all resource flows from providers, both bilateral and multilateral providers.
That the main task or the main objective of the task is to see how to get the cooperation of member states in the attainment of the SDGs. And so Nigeria stands ready to work with task force in achieving this objective. And I believe that if we can get the cooperation of member states, and then we're going to solve the problem, because in the MDGs that just passed, the main challenge was that there was no proper coordinating mechanism. But we believe now that task force has come up with this initiative. By the time it gets the cooperation of member states, then the attainment of the SDGs will be a success.
And the whole idea of TOSD from its very beginning is to actually gather understanding and information on development finance beyond ODA. And it's a vast subject that covers very interesting topics, such as, for example, funds that are mobilized from the private sector. And so far we have very little information on that. And we know that mobilizing funds from the private sector is absolutely crucial to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. And we've been supporting the OECD's efforts towards the TOSD. We are going to fund pilots, for example, pilot projects to understand better how TOSD works, and we understand how important it is for middle-income countries and these economies. So, to us, it's quite important.
Why Costa Rica? Because we wanted to flag and to bring the discussions of the middle-income countries into this new tool. So it was very important for us in order to visualize that we need more multidimensional instruments and indicators, not only our GDP, in order to measure how well we are doing on our performance globally.
In my country, the Philippines, we see that we will be able to use this tool to help inform everyone of the support of everyone to countries as they do the work for the Sustainable Development Goals. It is important that financing is provided, especially for developing countries, for us to be able to achieve our targets for sustainable development. We still have to bring together the different actors and stakeholders that are helping to provide financing for our interventions for sustainable development goals.
In Ghana, it is a lower middle income country, but we are still a developing country. And for us, the SDGs, that is the Sustainable Development Goals, are very, very important. Indeed, one of the main key advantages that we get from coming here is to ensure that we are able to monitor what we are getting in terms of official support, in terms of getting our sustainable development goals and targets achieved over the period. That is up to the year 2030.
After this workforce that we have today, we have this activity for today. So after this, we're going to have another session in Canada where the final tool is going to be set, and from that moment on it's going to be presented to the Statistics Commission of the United Nations, and from that moment the idea is for it to be adopted at the ECOSOC and the High Level Political Forum.